Hi guys and welcome to Matt Bayeski YouTube channel. I've just been sat here this morning listening to them sweeping, the Balinese men just having a little chat, and life seems pretty cool here. A lot of laughter, a lot of happiness, a lot of joy, a lot of curiosity, and everything that they do in kind of nice balance. What I did notice yesterday, I was having something to eat, and I was watching the Balinese girls working and serving, and they were all laughing and having a joke, and I was watching how I was observing them, the way they move, the way they observe other people, and it's very much like part of their life. So it's not really like a job, it's like their life is whatever they do. So if they work, they still are the same person, they still move in the same way, react in the same way. And I realised there's no pressure in a job. Now, I did notice one thing which was really fascinating. I noticed that one Balinese girl jumped up from a table that she was serving, and she quickly ran, and she looked a little bit like a little bit frightened or nervous, and I thought, wow, that's the first time I ever saw that. And I observed a lady who was a foreigner, and she was really angry. So what I noticed is that a certain dish didn't arrive, and she basically put fear into this girl, and this Balinese girl did what she would not normally do by the forcefulness of a Westerner. Think about that. So we as Western people are so geared up to wanting everything, needing everything, do this, do that, and this is how I live, and I've got this job interview, I've got this to do, I've got that to do, I've got to eat now, I've got to, and then we force that onto a beautiful culture and a way of life that I noticed, wow, the poor girl, the only time any of these people, Balinese, are stressed is when they're forced the Western world's impatience, intolerance, anger, frustration because of what we have created in our own world, our part of the world. Isn't that fascinating? Think about that. We create that. And actually, when you look at it, when I say we, I mean you create it, I create it. And you know what I've noticed here? My patience is far more greater. You know, I'm not impatient. I'm more happy. I'm more attuned, because I'm not allowing my conditioning of being brought up to what time do you start work, what time do you finish work, what time do you have to start school, what time do you have to finish school, you have to do this, or if you're late, you're this, you're that, you're the other, and you're disrespectful. And all of these conditionings that we're led to believe are normal are actually not normal at all. Because if they were normal, why are we behaving in the way we are? Why are we more stressed than any other part of the world? You know, why is there more depression where we are? Why is everybody happy here? That's why I keep saying we've got it all wrong. We totally have it all wrong. So I observe these things from day to day, and I think it's extremely important for me as a person to see, why is it that I am feeling better every day? And of course, it's not because I'm in Bali, because I told you last year when I was in Bali I struggled a lot. It's because I'm starting to go with what's called the flow. I'm starting to see and interact with the Balinese. I'm starting to understand a little bit more how life is here, how it's more important to have a life than a job. It's more important to live in happiness than have to need this or want that, or what should I do or where should I go. And the Balinese just live their earthly life in respect and happiness, no matter what they do. Whatever they do it in utmost happiness and balance and love. Do you understand that? Does that make sense? So I reckon now I've come to the stage now that I'm realizing that I am my own creator of my issues because of my past. And that's it, really. I think that's the bottom line. So what do I do? What do you do? We have to chip away, unlearn, and start to recognize all the things that make us frustrated, that cause issue in our life. So it's a tough one, really, because you're going to think about your situation as there's nothing I can do about my situation. But I think ultimately, how do we change our situation is by changing our mindset, our thought, our feeling towards whatever we're doing. So I'm just about to start a chapter on my book. And I have two choices before I start that chapter. I can either start to feel excited and happy, or feel frustrated because of, maybe I might not get it right, or there might be something that I missed out, or maybe it's not going to work, it's not going to be a good chapter. So how do I approach any given situation? You know what I mean? I think that's what it predominantly is. I think it's how we approach anything in our life. And the choice is up to us. So, if a difficult situation comes along, well, that difficult situation is always going to be difficult. So we can't do anything about that apart from the way we change, the way we behave through that challenging moment, right? Does that make sense? So I have two choices. I can live in the fear of whatever that challenge is, or I can say, you know what? I'm going to raise my awareness, my vibration, and I'm going to try and become happier and stronger through this situation. So therefore, my life isn't filled with fear, worry, anger, sadness, what ifs. It's just, you know what? It's an acceptance, and I accept this moment. I think that's it, really. I think we need to accept it and then change our mindset and try and find the happiness within ourselves. Bring that happiness back as we did do once before. So while I've been talking to you, I've got a beautiful crystal. Can you see that? So this is a double pointer, as you can see. Point and point there and there. If you look at the inclusions inside, it looks a bit like clouds, right? So I worked with this the other night. I did a little ritual with a friend across seas, and that was beautiful. And this is a crystal, and I keep it with me now, and I think about them a lot and put good energy into it, and I use this to help heal myself as well. So if I ever feel that there's something that needs to be healed a little bit, like my eyes at the moment, what I'll do is I'll take the crystal, place it there, and make sure that little point is in there, and then grab it like this or any way I can, and then work around the eyes, because at the moment I'm trying to make my eyes 100%, and I allow the flow to come through, and I just work like that. Do you know how to get the flow through? You want to know? Do you want me to explain? Okay, a lot of people ask me, why am I not feeling the crystal? What's wrong? And I can't seem to feel this healing energy running through me. A lot of the times, okay, I'll give you a for instance, right? A lot of the times when I start my 4-day pure energy healing course, I ask everybody to go to the table and have a look at all my shamanic tools. And I say to them, I want just have a really good look and see which you believe is the most powerful tool on there to help you with your healing process, or to help when you become a healer. Which do you think is my most powerful tool? And somebody will get the feathers, and somebody will get the spray, somebody will get the healing oils that I use, somebody will pick up a crystal, and so forth. And then, or some will say, it's your mum on the picture. And I'll say, all brilliant answers, but this is my most powerful tool. And just in the corner, there's a set of nail clippers. And I pick the nail clippers up and say, these are the most powerful tool I ever have. And they start laughing, and I'll say, I'll explain why. Imagine you are about to start work on your client. and the room is filled with love, lots of good energy in there. You can hear the music playing. Your client's laying down ready for a nice 1 hour healing session. They feel amazing. So all of a sudden you feel great and you're about to start your session. You sit down and their head is there, and now you place your hands over their heads and you begin over a head, and then you begin. And then all of a sudden you look at your fingernails and think, oh my God, my fingernails are filthy. What do you think's just happened? You've just cut off, you've just blocked the energy that flows through you because of a thought. One single thought can stop you from allowing this flow to run through you and to heal you at any given moment or heal anybody else. Does that make sense? So a lot of the times we have to find a good environment when we begin self-healing with crystals and learning about this. We need to have nice music. We need to make sure that whatever we smell nice. We're not like dirty because we've been running or whatever, and our fingernails are clean. Any distraction that would distract you to begin with is going to be your block. So what I suggest to you is, if you ever work with crystals like I am doing today and working on my eyes, I would suggest that you need to first of all make sure your environment is a perfect environment filled with love and as much emptiness within your mind as possible. So if you're worried about something, if you're fearing something, that's going to pop into your mind, and that's going to be the block. Okay, that's the dirty fingernails, that's the distractions in the mind. So we have to learn how to clear the mind and clear any distractions or anything that could cause a block instantly. So there's your first lesson today about healing. These are the things that we're going to talk about when I start the membership site, guys. These are the in-depth conversations we're going to have, and I'm going to teach you how to heal yourself really well, and eventually you get over that fly landing on you or the distractions of your fingernails being dirty or stuff. You get over that, and once you're over that, you can heal yourself in any environment, any noise, anywhere you are in front of thousands of people. You can just simply switch off and go into your place, and nothing distracts you, and you can bring the flow through. So that's what we're going to be working on when the membership site comes up. I'm going to take you through the stages of a few months of becoming the best and the most amazing healer and worker with crystals than you can imagine. So I'm going to leave you now, guys. I hope some of this gobbledygook made a little bit of sense, and I hope you've got your crystal today, and I hope you're working with it. Thank you for going to markbayerski.com and buying a crystal last night. You've bought some beautiful ones last night, I've just seen. Well done. You're really, the crystal always chooses you, of course, but well done for feeling it. Well done now, and work with it. Don't put pressure on yourself. Don't expect anything, because they're the things that will stop you and block you. Like I said, when I first began with Moldavite, the crystal was placed into my hand with no expectations because I didn't know what it was, and I actually elevated. I felt my body lift off the ground, and I went, oh my God, what is this? And that's how I began Moldavite. And a lot of you get so excited that you get deflated because you think that this thunderbolt and lightning strike's going to happen, and that's what stops you, because your expectations are blocking the actual true flow into your energy. So, but don't worry about that, because once you wear your Moldavite and just keep wearing it, eventually all the walls will knock down, all those fears, all those expectations, and then just out of nowhere, wow, something's happened. I can feel a change. I can feel wow, and that's how it works. So don't ever worry, guys. And just on a final note, for just maybe one, okay, two, I think one, just relax. Your crystal's on its way, right? It's from Spain, and Spanish postal service is extremely challenging, okay? But they always get to you, guys, and they get to you just at the right moment. So relax, breathe, and learn a little bit of patience, because you know what? There's nothing worse than living in frustration and anger. It just eats away at you. Don't do it. Make everything a beautiful challenge that you can overcome. So your crystal will get there. Trust me, it always does. But please don't be abusive to my staff. Please don't be personal. There's no need for it. It's just really says a lot about you. And I'm afraid, I think we're getting to the stage now. I mean, it happens once in a blue moon. But you know what? I don't think you should be allowed to speak so badly towards people. And I think I'm coming to the stage where I think it's about time that I have some sort of policy where when somebody becomes abusive for no reason, because then you apologise after and say sorry, which always happens, I think that gives us a cut-off point to say, you know what, we'll send you a message saying now that you're becoming really aggressive and personal for no reason, we're going to stop communication. And, you know, obviously everybody knows this. We'll never let you down, ever. We don't leave people, you know, we're not going to ignore you. We're always going to be there for you. No, we'll follow through. But you can't expect us to take your abuse. It's really wrong to do that to my staff and me. It's really wrong. It's not fair. Once the crystal has left, it then goes to the postal service, and it's there where they have to take control. We are completely like you, we're praying that it gets to you, but like I said, I've been doing this 14 years. Crystal always gets to you, so don't worry. Even if it gets returned, which is very rare, it comes straight back to you. And if you ever feel upset or frustrated or angry, you know what I'm like. There's no problem. I'm always here to help. Okay, so just try and relax for you, one person. You know who you are. I'm sure you know. Just relax. Okay, please, just relax, because your crystal's on its way and it's chosen you, so it'll get there at the right moment. You know, the universe is very clever, guys. You know, it really is. Things come to us just at the right moment. We need to realize that. Again, it's the Western mentality. It's what we want, need now. You know, quick fix. You know, take away. I remember this one thing before I go, right? I believe it or not, right? I wanted to open a fish bar. I wanted to do something different. So I went for training and I became a fish fryer, right? And I opened this 24-seater fish bar in my younger days. And people used to walk in, right, and say, all right, Mark, how long's the fish going to be? And I said, it's going to be like 4 minutes. Okay. And then they'd go out and they'd walk 10 minutes to get to McDonald's to order something that'll take them 1 minute, or they can have it there and then. Think about that. Have you ever done that? It's true. It's really true. But you know, being observant by our nature, by the way we are, is not our fault. It's the way we've been conditioned by society. It's deliberate. Everything is put in place so we follow the cogs. We become part of that machine that keeps going and feeds the system. So I think today is a good day to break free from that and start your own life, your own thought, your own feeling, and look at it and say, you know what, that's not healthy for me. I'm going to change that and make my life healthy. And thus I'm here in Bali now, making my life healthy and not allowing the system that used to make me frustrated no longer. There's no need. Everything is as it should be. Where you are right now is exactly where you're meant to be, and where you'll be taken to is exactly where you're going. Anything that comes into your life at the right moment will be the right moment. Doesn't matter how hard you push or force, that is only your energy of pushing and forcing, and you know what happens when you push and force. Okay guys, have a lovely day from a beautiful abode, from a beautiful crystal, and from a very early morning. I'm going to do some meditating now next to my tree. Have a great day, guys. Thank you so much for subscribing to Mark Bajerski YouTube channel, and thank you for going on to markbajerski.com and enjoying all your shamanic tools, your oils and air, all the crystals. I'm so happy. Thank you, guys. Take care.